Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal. Start of another week, and it's going to be a very, very busy 10 days. There's a lot to expect from the next 10 days in terms of transfers. Yes, we will be talking about that for sure. We'll be talking about the latest on Tielemans, Pedro Neto, and some players that are expected to depart very, very soon. The transfer window closes next Thursday, so it's going to be a very busy 10 days. Not only that, it's going to be a busy 10 days because the Europa League draw will also be conducted this Friday, so that is something to look forward to. Which teams are we going to be playing against in the group stage this season and last season? Since we last played in the Europa League, the rules have kind of changed. You kind of have to finish top of your group to proceed to the last 16. If you finish second, you proceed to the round of 32, and you have to play against a team that gets eliminated from the Champions League first. So we have to try and finish top of our group. So it's going to be interesting to see which teams we are going to be facing in the group stage. So that will be on Friday. The Carabao Cup is also being played on Tuesday and Wednesday. The second round, we are not in that. But after that, I'm pretty sure the draw will be made. So I think it could be on Thursday. I've tried to research that, but I can't find it anywhere. But we are not going to play any Carabao Cup games until November. So we might find out about the draw this week. But a lot to look forward to. And there's another 2 games as well. On Saturday, we are playing against Fulham, and we don't have to wait another week for the next game. We will be playing against Aston Villa just 4 days later on that Wednesday. So it's going to be a very, very busy 10 days. But first, let's talk about the transfer news, and let's start with the latest on Pedro Neto. According to David Ornstein, Pedro Neto is a transfer priority. Discussions for over a month. Arsenal to Jorge Mendes, Mendes to Wolves. Wolves don't plan to sell 22-year-old yet. Arsenal can't spend excessively, so deal is not easy, but interest concrete and unanimous. So we are definitely interested in Pedro Neto. At first, I was a bit about it because he actually just came from a couple of injuries. He got injured. I think he actually got injured the time. I think that season we played them where Luis injured Jimenez. I think that was the first time he got injured. And then last season he missed almost the entirety of the campaign. So I was a bit not so sure about signing a player who's gotten a couple of bad injuries, because we know how injuries have messed us up. But the first 3 games this season, despite Wolves not winning any of those games, he's looked very, very good. He looked very good in the first game against Leeds. He also looked good against Fulham, and also over the weekend against Tottenham. He was a threat, but Tottenham ended up keeping a clean sheet. So, for him to come to Arsenal, that would be something. He already has the Premier League experience, and that is a signing that I would never really expect Arsenal to make. So if he can stay fit, that would be an absolute smashing signing, man. That would be very, very great to get him. And it's not just David Ornstein who's reporting it as well, a couple of more journalists. And according to other reports, Wolves are demanding a fee of 50 million for Pedro Neto. Arsenal hope to sign the winger. So it's looking like this is a secret winger we were being told about. Pedro Neto would be a good signing. I wouldn't really complain about it, especially if we end up selling the other winger that we are going to talk about in this video. So let me know what you think about Pedro Neto. How much do you think we should be paying them? We can also try and offer them something like a Maitland-Niles and maybe 30 million on top of that. But let's see how that one goes. But according to David Ornstein, Pedro Neto is an Arsenal priority, so we have 10 days to get that one done. Remember, there are Premier League games going on, so if you can get him in before he plays another game for Wolves, that would be great. But does that mean that this guy will be leaving for Nice? Nicolas Pepe. It's been an awful time at Arsenal for him. He's being linked to Nice, not on a permanent deal. It's on a loan deal. I don't know if Arsenal will include an option to buy in that, or will Arsenal just tempt or try to make Nice sign him on a permanent deal? Do we just want to get rid of him completely? How are we going to work out if it's going to be a loan deal? Are we going to pay half of his wages, or Nice going to pay all his wages? We've really, really cleared our wage bill recently, like Aubameyang, Lacazette, then Pepe leads, Torreira. All those guys are getting a lot of money. So if you get rid of all of them, you've already gotten rid of 3. If Pepe is on that list as well, and we get rid of another 2 or 3 players, Bellerin, for example, more than 100k a week, that would be something. That would be amazing. So according to reports from today, Nicolas Pepe and Hector Bellerin were both at London Colney despite being linked with moves away from the club. Bellerin took part in first team training, but Pepe didn't. He wasn't even on the bench against against which team did we play the other day? Against Bournemouth. He wasn't even on the bench for that game, so that kind of shows you something. I mean, the team is looking really, really good, and for him, I'm pretty sure he's looking at it like, wow, Arsenal are looking really good without me, so I don't really think I'm going to get a chance here. And considering we've already signed Marquinhos, a winger, and we are looking to bring in Pedro Neto, it's definitely probably going to be Pepe's position that goes, and I don't really feel like Arteta really trusts him that much. That's the word. He doesn't trust him. So I think it's probably time over for him. Let's see if he goes out on loan or a permanent deal. What about the guy we've been talking about the whole summer transfer window, Yuri Tielemans? I actually just remembered Thierry Henry's his assistant manager at Belgium. If only he can convince him to join Arsenal. The other day he didn't start. For his team, Leicester. He Fofana also didn't start for them. We've been linked to him for more than 3 months. This is a guy that I really, really want because I actually prefer midfielders to wingers. I really want us to sort out our midfield problems. And according to reports today, Yuri Tielemans stays, or this was reported yesterday. So by next week, they mean this week. Yuri Tielemans stay in Arsenal's target lists, ready to make a second bid next week. So that next week is this week that you've just started for Leicester City midfielder. As announced yesterday, Arteta valid the profile, and next week will be decisive. More options for Arsenal's board: Sandro Tonali and Moises Caicedo. So Tielemans is still in the books for Arsenal, and I've seen other reports saying that this could be the way that we splash the money for him. Leicester expecting Arsenal to make a bid this week, so that would be such an awesome buy. If you can get Yuri Tielemans and Pedro Neto, in addition to whatever we've already seen this season with Saka, with Martinelli, with Jesus, with Odegaard, with Fabio Vieira, Partey, all these guys, then we are definitely looking really, really good. So Yuri Tielemans, we're expecting a lot from him again this week. So transfer window-wise, a lot could happen this week, and they're not even done. What about Maitland-Niles? He's also expected to leave this week. West Ham have started the season very poorly, and I'm hearing they want to add more players, and Maitland-Niles is one of the players they're linked to, so that could be interesting. For me, Niles, I don't really see why he fits in at Arsenal. I try and get rid as quickly as possible. Same really applies to Bellerin as well. I mean, you already have Tomiyasu, Ben White is playing there. Cedric is not even in the squad, and he's definitely going to stay. So for me, Maitland-Niles, we should try and sell him as quickly as possible, whichever team wants to buy him. I don't really like the loan deals because Pablo Mari has gone on loan. Ranasson has gone out on loan. I don't really see why they come back to Arsenal. I'll try and sell him on a permanent deal. And from that Pepe news as well, you saw that Bellerin was training today despite being linked to the move away. So that is very, very interesting. But a lot will happen this week. A lot will happen next week. So I don't think we'll see any other players leaving. Nelson could have been one of them, but he's now injured. He's just come back to gym training today, but he will be out for a couple of months. So it's going to be really, really busy. Remember, the Europa League draw will be this Friday. The Carabao Cup fixtures are being played on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I'm assuming the draw will be on that Thursday, on that Friday. Obviously, in terms of football in general, the Champions League draw will be on Thursday. So a lot will be going on this week and next week as well, in addition to the game that we have to play on Saturday and the next Wednesday, 2 home games. If we get Pedro Neto and Tielemans before that, you can expect the Emirates to be absolutely buzzing. Just imagine Fabio Vieira making his Arsenal debut against Fulham, and then you have someone like a Tielemans or a Pedro Neto to do the same, maybe in the Fulham game or the Aston Villa game. That would be something. Let me know what you make about it. We will be coming in with news every single time this week because it's going to be a busy week. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.